right, so welcome to the As a Man podcast. This is episode 2. Back from a long ass hiatus because niggas got their own lives to take care of, but we back. I am your host, So Fresh Prince, and today with me I have MeekDeSavage. He's here. He'll speak when he speaks. And I also have Judah, also known as
What's good, y'all?
JudahReacts.
What's good, y'all? Yes, sir.
All right. So we're gonna have a nice little podcast episode. Get shit talked about. It's been a long couple of months. You feel me? Of shit going left, shit going right, this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. But we back on a schedule. We're gonna get stuff situated. So before we do get into any topics here, y'all want to say anything? Y'all want to talk about, what y'all been going through? What's been rocking in y'all world? Anything new upcoming? This, that, and the
Cool.
third.
I mean, like, in terms of what just going on everyday life.
Yeah, like for you, Judah, if there's any YouTube videos you trying to knock out. I understand you said you were going to New York soon.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Of course. Definitely trying to get some content out there. Definitely trying to get some content out there. No doubt about that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm still working on what I'm gonna do though. I still gotta work out what I want to do. I don't know if I want to do car videos or just travel vlogs and shit. So I'm trying to get in the works. But I know for a fact I'm definitely gonna be out there for like a weekend or two.
That's what's
Oh,
up.
you lit. You lit.
Of course, of course.
Meek, anything on your end? What's going on in your world? All that good stuff.
As of right now, I've just been doing with like trade school and shit. You know, that's mostly it. Just going back and forth with my mom and stuff. That's it. I've just been cooling.
Not too bad. Some calm shit. I feel you. For me, mainly just trying to get this YouTube stuff together. For all those who don't know, I do have a YouTube channel called So Fresh Adventures, to where I'll probably be putting up shit that revolves around whatever I record. So the podcast is one thing, could be video game stuff, old video games, new ones. It all depends on just what I'm feeling. As also well as trying to get another album out. It's a group project of me and my homies trying to get that together. So that's another thing. So be in tune for that. When will it release? Damn it, I don't know. But hey, I'm going to figure out eventually.
That's how it be. That's how it really be, though.
But yeah, so I'm glad, everybody's got some merits going on. In other news, apparently there was an e-wedding not too long ago.
That's where you want to start off?
Yep.
That's where you want to start it? Or did you attend? Did you attend the e-wedding? Did you get your e-invite?
I most definitely did not get the e-invite. Some people don't want other people to attend. That's fine. It's no biggie. It's no hard on feelings on my thing, but it's fine.
That's a
Not
cool.
not everybody gonna like me, but hey, it is what it is. But it be like that. I hope the bride and groom, I hope they had a wonderful e-wedding. I do see someone who possibly did attend Moon. I know you're in the audience. I don't know if you want to speak about it or you want to state your case. Just let us know. We can bring you up. And you can tell us about the e-wedding. But I most definitely did hear some good things about the e-wedding. Two lovely people. One of them who is in the Sensational Discord, and another one who is in one of our very own homies Discord, Jaegerist Zay. Make sure to check him out on Twitch. They are in his Discord. That's where the e-wedding was. Apparently, it was a very nice, lovely e-wedding. They had a whole priest there that got them together.
Wait, what?
Yo, Judah, bro. Judah, you are not hip, bro. Judah, you're not hip, bro. You are not hip, bro.
Yo,
That shit was insane. Yo, me and Prince was rolling, bro.
It's all
I
good.
can't. Hold on. Sorry, bro. Roll back what you just said 5 seconds ago. Well, hold on. Repeat that.
You heard what I said,
Nah, niggas said there was a whole licensed priest just chilling there for some reason. Niggas would not know why.
You know,
That's it. Niggas got the E priest.
now,
Niggas said an E priest, yo.
now above all, I am just trolling. I actually didn't intend, so I don't know. But you know, I heard people got married, and above all else, I do hope both parties the best, and all this other stuff. Moon, like I said, you are always welcome to come up here and speak about the e-wedding, about the experience, what went on, what you know, what you don't know, what you want to share, what you don't want to share. But right now, I'm just throwing it in the dark. Right now, I'm not gonna lie to you. But you know, we gotta make this podcast.
Yo, Moon, get up here, bro. Tell me about this e-wedding.
Oh, she can't. She's out with family. It's
Oh,
fine.
damn, that's crazy.
It's fine.
Somebody tell me about this e-wedding, bro. Yo.
All I know that there was like two. There was two. I went to the first one and I left.
What you mean you went to the first one? Like, yo.
I'm not gonna say too much. I know there was two. There was two weddings.
I heard through the grapevine it was two weddings, but what's it called? So you attended the first one. How was that? How was that experience for you? Like, how'd that make you feel?
My nigga, I was the groomsman for like 20 minutes and I dipped.
Oh, you was the groomsman for 20
Bro, I was
minutes.
called to be a groomsman for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
That was the most confusing shit that ever happened to me. That shit confused the hell out of me. Cause like, it's like, cause the people that were in it, that shit just blew my mind. So I was like, I'm gonna just stay quiet for the rest of it.
Okay. All right then. So Meek, like, what went down? Like, you're not stating what went down. What transpired?
I don't know. I can't say too, but that shit was just mad ghetto. That's the best I can tell you. That shit was just mad ghetto.
So I don't know if I'm gonna edit this in the well, I don't know if Prince is gonna edit in the video, but there's some images that we're getting right now.
Oh shit!
Of the the Eastern.
Nigga said images.
We're getting live broadcast the images of the ceremony.
Jesus Christ!
It was indeed ghetto. That's crazy. Just to state, if y'all do want to catch the podcast live in action to see exactly what's going on, because Lord knows if I'm actually gonna even put these in edit, but who knows? I don't know. I gotta talk to people. And all that good stuff. You know, join the sensational Discord. The link will be in the description so that you are free to join.
Definitely join the sensational Discord.
So you know you can catch the podcast live and other things as well that do go on in the sensational Discord. And if you want to come up, ask questions, or even speak on the panel of the As a Man podcast, you are free to. But yeah, so you know, e-wedding happened not too long ago. Shit was an interesting telltale.
Okay. We can talk about this. So, would y'all ever participate in an e-wedding? Like, would y'all do that? As a man, would you participate in an e-wedding?
No, bro, I can't.
Well, you in a groomsman, you're far gone. I'm really talking about Prince.
He said I'm far gone.
Tragic. And me participating in e-wedding, that's a far-fetched thing. I better be convinced. It gotta be someone that I generally want to see get married type stuff for me to attend something like that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Nah, nigga said that.
I can't, bro. I can't. Y'all killing me, man. Okay. So, if the gal is right, if the e-gal is right, okay. So if the e-gal is right, who in the sensational Discord would you bring as your groomsman? You know.
That's my groomsman.
You get three.
Almost. Okay. So draft picks. You feel me? So
yes,
Ron gotta be up there. Most definitely, that nigga gonna crack jokes. Possibly Meek. I don't know, for some odd reason I feel like Meek gonna be the main one lost, but still keep jokes. Keep jokes rolling.
Yeah, can you chill? Can you chill?
Okay, that's good. Let's go to top two picks.
Okay.
What's the last one?
I don't know why. I'm content between Judah and Rex. The only reason why is because I feel like Judah, he gonna laugh his ass off depending on how the situation goes. And then I feel like Rex, he just gonna talk shit depending on how the wedding is all structured.
I definitely think Rex would be a better groomsman. I will definitely pick
Mm-hmm.
Rex too. I think he'd be a perfect groomsman for a perfect third pick. Let me say that. So I think me being a groomsman would interrupt the ceremony.
Tragic.
Most definitely.
I think I'd be a little bit of a distraction to the ceremony.
Perfect priest is crazy.
Oh yeah,
Fredo.
who would be the priest? Yeah, who would be the priest? Oh, this nigga said,
Yeah.
what you mean you the perfect priest?
Fredo said he won't want to be a perfect priest. Well, speaking about weddings, let's really talk about it. So, as a man, how do y'all feel about weddings in total? Or, like, if y'all are in a deep, serious relationship with somebody that for like, let's say a good 3 to 5 years, I'll give that range.
Mm-hmm.
Are you proposing, trying to have a wedding and all that, or?
Nope, I'm good.
Mm,
I'm good. I'm never. Let me say never, but like I'm not getting married anytime soon.
mm.
I'm not getting married anytime soon.
Nah, what Prince said, it all depends on the right person. If it's the right person, you have enough chemistry, and y'all been through it, to the highs and the lows, it'll be straight.
I feel that.
Okay. All right. Well, what's it called? Then she gotta be the perfect person then, cause they be taking half.
That is why prenups are a thing.
That is true.
I'm not gonna lie.
That is true.
So people who hear this feel offended, stating, "Oh, you would make her sign a prenup." It depends on the circumstances. I'm not saying that every woman should just get hit with a prenup, but it depends on how I met you, where was I in my life when I met you, where we are now, X, Y, Z. There's a lot of variables that go into it. Because if I'm a guy who legit built himself up from the ground up, got all my bearings together and have a lot going on for myself, and then you just come in like when I'm at my high point in life, you're most definitely getting hit with a prenup. I'm sorry. It is
Nah,
what it is.
prenups just something else.
But
Them shits is insane.
if it's like me and you gone through the struggle of rags to riches, we were together when we were broke, made it to the point to where we actually started getting money flowing in. We've been homeless at some times, haven't been homeless at some times, stuff like that. That's a different story. Then it's like, would I really make her sign up a prenup? No, because like
Makes sense,
you've
makes
been
sense.
there. You've been with me when I was at my lowest point. You seen me struggle. You struggled with me. You didn't switch up and all this other stuff. So at this point, it's like I'm not gonna make you sign a prenup when you dealt with me for X amount of years of the struggle fest, and shit happens. Shit happens. But if you gonna
It's about time period. I
you,
can see that.
if you come in and expect, oh, well, I want to divorce you after a year of this, that, and the third, and I've been up, you just now want to come in, oh no, you getting hit with the prenup. Whatever you came in
Word.
with, you better leave with, and don't expect anything else out of me, because that's not how this is gonna rock.
He's trying to take some shit for no reason.
It do be like that.
I'd be damned.
But yeah, so that was, recent news. Other news that kind of just want to talk about and speak about. This is more so towards accountability, in what I've seen recently in terms of the woman's side of life. So recently there was a woman who was sent to jail because she killed her husband, stabbed him, and all that good stuff. Uh,
Damn.
Cause fun, the crazy part about it, cause he didn't help her out with paying bills. So my thing is, right? You're with the person, regardless of it, or matter of fact, more for the girls type of situation. If you're with a guy, you know that he may not be the most the financial stable person, financially stable. There goes the words. Person that you're with, but you're still with them. You marry him and all this other stuff. and whatnot, and he's just chilling on the couch and all this other stuff, why are you still with him?
Word.
Because if you're the one who's struggling to take care of the bills and all this other stuff, why are you getting upset? Because you have to convince your husband, who probably showed you the telltale signs of, well, he's not helping out around the house, probably way before you two even got married or whatnot. Why are you still with him? At what point do we say, you know what, let me leave, let me go find somebody else who would actually help me for pay these bills or be able to provide for me in some shape, way, or form? Like, when do we start taking that account into consideration about what's going on?
That is a good question. That's a very good question.
That's kind of scary though, cause like, I understand yelling at him and shit like that. Like, you had so many other options too. Like, but killing him I don't know. That's something else. Mm-hmm.
Yep, killed him, stabbed him. Apparently, the guy was like in his 40s when this happened. Well, of course, it was recently happened. He was in his 40s. She was like in her early 30s. I want to say like mid 30s, close to. And it got to a point to where she decided, you know what? He's not helping me with the bills. I'm tired of answering him, and had to do what she had to do. And it's just like, that's crazy.
Well, a lot of people in the wrong. A lot of people are in relationships for the wrong reasons, you know.
Word.
A lot of people in the relationships for wrong reasons, and for the most part, they get together for a lot of reasons that are pretty frivolous. You know, just be getting together because they got pretty eyes and shit. So I mean, like, most relationships don't really have a foundation. So when it gets to that point, whether it's a man or a woman, sometimes a woman is lacking in certain their responsibilities, or the man is lacking his responsibilities. So they're just getting ready for the wrong reasons. And honestly, if you really want to go there, nobody's really taught how to be in a relationship.
Also factual.
He's not wrong. He is not wrong.
Nobody's really taught how to like be with each other. Like, it takes a lot to live with somebody that you don't know. It takes a lot. So like, nobody's taught on how to live with the opposite or the same person. What's it called, at the end of the day? So it can be difficult, and most people aren't really in it for the long run. You know, especially like at the ages starting around like 15, because that's when everybody, you know, be hot in their pants.
Nah, that's wild.
Yeah, like that ass. Nobody be allegedly, but what's it called? Yeah, nobody really got They don't got the same goals. They got the same. Nobody really got the same motivations or the goals. They just, it's honestly, it's just like, hey, finish school, go to school again, get a job, have a family. It's like, were you really taught? Were you really taught how to have a family? If you didn't have good, have a good structure. Because I'm not gonna say that people weren't taught how to have operate, like, you know, function. But some people, the average person, I'm not gonna say average person. A good amount of people weren't taught that way on how to operate. With everybody else.
Makes sense.
I feel that. It's mainly about the structure of how you're raised, technically, I would say, and what you're kind of witnessing growing up. For a lot of people, most people don't see the average happy home of, oh, both my parents are there, and you know, you can see genuine love between them, and you know, they may have their moments of disagreements and fights and whatnot, but they're able to work things out. Some people live up in households, or may live with their grandparents or things of that nature. Granted, different circumstances for different folks about different reasons why they end up in these environments, and that's something that not everybody can control. But it does show that when growing up, kind of just have to learn things about relationships, if not being taught or not seeing it from like a healthy side of things, just on your own about what to look for. Then it also doesn't help that most people view their relationships off of, or view the scope of their relationships off of social media, movies, and all this other stuff.
That's
to
very true.
to where
to television for relationship ideas.
Yeah. So it's,
But sorry, go ahead.
no, you good. So it's a weird scope to when you are trying to just get into a relationship about exactly how to really go about it. Because again, if you haven't really been around enough healthy relationships to know the proper things to look for, the proper things to deal with, the proper things to see, for example, then you just may never know. Then it's gonna just be a constant loop of you dealing with a toxic environment, or you may think that a toxic environment is good for you, or that there's no out, or you have to go about things a certain way, and this, that, and the third. So yeah, see what Judah's talking.
Yeah.
So we.
So that Sean and
What?
Now they just toxic, bro. They're just toxic.
Nah, she be beating on that nigga.
They be beating on each other allegedly. What's it called? But I mean, like, honestly, I think it's really more for just clout and entertainment. Cause I mean, like, even though that's how most relationships. I'm gonna say most. Like I said, I'm gonna say most. But that's how some relationships are. They just be staying with each other and be fighting each other. But that whole relationship just toxic. But I mean, it's in the public, so they're looking for attention. Everybody, you know, gives them the attention they're looking for. You know, two public figures fighting each other. It's like what are you in the relationship for?
And nigga Sean, that's a scary ass nigga right there. That's not even a female though. That's a nigga, bro.
What's it called? Cause she got bigger, motherfucker. Well, she was an athlete, but now she a little bit bigger, and she pack a punch. She pack a punch.
Mad strong for no reason.
It do be like that.
But nah, what's it called, Fredo? Sorry, but what's it called, Fredo asked, as a man, should I always have to make a move or engage with someone first?
Kind of varies upon the situation. I'll say, in some aspects, if she's showing you the telltale signs, granted, telltale signs is very a very broad answer. Like maybe she's looking at you, maybe she does something to give you a hint and all that other stuff, or has long eye contact with you and all that. Then yeah, you should make the move. But if she's not really showing much, don't do it. Because the first thing, at least in this day and age, I would say the first thing is that women will be quick to say that, oh, he's creepy, oh, he was trying to essay me and all this other stuff, and it's just like, I came up to talk to you.
You might want to do with that, bro. Sometimes you always like try to approach him. That's a call. You gotta like somebody. To me, that person gotta like you first. If they don't like you, then it's up. There's no point.
Right, so feelings gotta be mutual. If it's not mutual, don't even go for it.
Don't even worry. If she look good, just don't be like, nah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth the trouble. Even if you accomplish what you were trying to get at, like, man, you don't know who that person is. You really gotta get to know these women before you even think about approaching them. Cause like, I mean, like,
it's just hard out here trying to talk to people.
It's a lot.
So it's not the fact of, oh, just avoid all women at all costs, but it's just like,
gotta be cautious.
Yeah, because you walk up, you say the wrong thing, you may move the wrong gesture, you may have one of those awkward moments and all this other stuff, and it's just like, oh, well, there goes all chances, or she already thinks the worst of you, or it could be looked at wrong, or then if you throw into the account her friends, now the friends are trying to convince her otherwise, and it's just a whole downward spiral after that. So if it's not a very clear sign that she wants to talk to you, I say don't make the first move. At this point, it is best if the woman do make the first move in some shape, way, or form. Whether if it's just to come by, open up a conversation, and they go from there, or ask you to come over to show that, hey, I'm interested and I want to talk, and all this other stuff, cool, but...
Yes, that's a difficult question. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's so many different things you can say.
Yeah, that's a cool. Yeah, that's true. It's a cool. It's a lot. Like I said, it's a lot. Honestly, I wouldn't. Like I said, you had to communicate with them. You really do. You gotta start talk. You gotta talk to these females. I wouldn't even like. You really gotta start talking to them because they'll tell you a lot in the first like 30 seconds of the conversation. Whether it's like, you know, if they like you or they don't like you or they're interested or they're not interested. And like what Prince was saying, like a lot of these women be trying to throw that essay at you, or you creep, you this, or niggas ain't shit. Whoop. What's it called? That's another thing. A lot of women be on the internet talking about how niggas ain't this or niggas ain't that.
Be the main one looking for a nigga, and it's funny.
What's it called? Yeah, allegedly they looking for somebody. Yeah, allegedly they be looking for somebody. Yeah, allegedly. Well, they say misery do love company, man.
So this is a question from. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this is a question from Moon. Shout out to Moon for being here. Shout out to everybody for you know, coming in or stopping by if you can and just listening in. She said this guy lost his daughter in a car accident. A few years later, the guy was drinking and shit, and his house was a mess. He hired a maid, and the maid fell in love with the man. When they got married and got their whole life all stable, the man told the wife about his daughter's death. To the wife's surprise, it was her that killed the daughter. What y'all doing after that?
I mean, like, reporting her to the police, like, isn't that like the next thing you should do?
Well, remember, you married the woman. So, are you calling the police on your newfound wife?
Yeah, what you mean? That's a whole case, bro. I ain't trying to get caught up. It's up. It's up, bro. It's done. What? 911, what's your emergency? I got a murder thing, but they conducted a whole investigation. It's up.
Tragic.
No. What's it called? That's crazy. And not only that, that's from my loins though. Like, that's my daughter. That's crazy.
Also true.
That's my
right. That's literally like that's your soul right there. That's literally a part of you into someone else.
That's my literal liquid seed. That's crazy. She gotta go. She gotta go.
Like, I understand that that's your wife and you love that person with all your heart, but like, you gotta realize, like, that's a whole, you know, that's your whole daughter, bro. Like, you gotta face those consequences. You're getting arrested. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
Your time is up. Yeah, no, what's it called? Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, like, with that knowledge, are we supposed to do like, oh, you're like, imagine like you didn't know who murdered your daughter, and then like it was the person right in front of you the entire time. Like, that's wild. So
I'll be heated.
Yeah.
What's it called? She definitely gotta go.
People gotta get packed up. It is what it is.
I'm gonna just leave it on a cliffhanger. Alright.
Shout out to me.
I'm gonna just spoil it for myself soon, so I'm gonna go look it up. Alright.
So let me answer y'all. Do you think it's possible for men and women to only be friends? Let's talk about it.
No. Ain't no such thing.
It could.
No.
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible.
Okay, so there's some no's. There's some it's possibles. Let's talk.
I mean, I say possible because like I've seen like my friends be friends with like other females, and it's cool. I'm like, yeah, it's alright, but when it comes to like certain things, like say if you're in a relationship, then having any like type of girl as your friend, no, that's not it. So it wouldn't even work. But like, say like you're not in a relationship, you're just chilling, and you know that you don't with that person, then yeah, y'all can be friends. Can't be on no weird shit.
Okay,
and
so
if that person's on some weird shit, then you gotta like cut that off.
So Ron said you can, but Fredo said if she ain't ugly, no. So kind of want to give a scenario, right? Okay. So Ron, we all know that you are very good friends with Kiori. I think a lot of people, if not most people, know. Judah, let me get through the question. Let me get through the scenario.
Why are you moving like that?
Let me get through the scenario. We all know, at least a vast majority of people who know who Kiori is, check out Sensation Ron's channel. She is on there a couple of times. I don't have a set video in mind to where she's on there, but just go through his catalog. You may find a video he does with her and whatnot. You two are good friends, right? But if she were to call you, say roughly 11, 12, nighttime / morning, and said, Ron, I feel lonely. I want you to come by and whatnot, or I'm gonna come by and can we just spend some time together?
Yeah,
Are
just
your
like that. You're right, Prince. Just like that. Just like that.
are your natural instinct or is your mind, because you're a very smart type of person.
Outgoing person. He's very outgoing.
Yeah. Are you thinking she's coming over as a friend just to talk and vent to me, especially at this time of day or at this time, or are you thinking something further than what could be possibly you doing things more than just friends? I'll wait to see what you say. And if you want to come up and explain your piece, you can always do that too.
Yeah. If you want to come up, raise your hand, Ron. Raise your hand. You don't even gotta type it. Yeah, raise your hand. You don't even gotta type it. You can come up and break it down for us.
Oh, there's a friend because her don't talk sexually unless it's on cam.
That makes sense. It makes sense.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right, so because you two are friends, and off camera stuff is off camera stuff, on camera stuff is on camera stuff. When it's off camera, y'all don't. Nikki, you ready? Okay, so you don't talk sexually with her unless it's on camera strictly. Got you.
I think Kyo was the correct person he chose.
That was the first name that popped up.
What's it called? But okay, all right. I see y'all points, but I'm going to have to disagree absolutely on that. There's no, I don't believe in that concept.
Goodbye.
You said Belly Rich, maybe, just maybe, just maybe. Yeah, he's gonna say just maybe, ugly ass.
Just maybe.
Well, I do wanna touch on this because London said maybe. So. London,
yeah. Hold on, sorry, Prince, sorry. Yo, Ron, answer that question Fredo just asked. Answer that real quick.
So she one day grabbed your beef and was like, "What you want to do?" You telling her no?
Nah, he said chill.
Tragic.
What's it called? Alright, okay. Alright, what do you think about it, Prince, there? Like, what's it called? Alright, what do you think? You think it's a little bit nuanced, or you think it's just...
It depends on...
yes or no?
Can men and women just be friends? It kind of just depends, honestly. Depends on how the relationship is, or the friendship is, let me rephrase that. Because, for me, I've known my best friend for 8-9 years now.
W best friend.
Never was attracted to her in the sense, and I'm not saying that she's not an attractive person, she very much is, but I've never viewed her in the way of, oh well, I'm attracted to her, I want to get to know her more personally and be with her and all this other stuff. It's me and her have always strictly been friends, so that's just how I view her. Like, I will talk to her like she was a family member and roast her like she was a homeboy, stuff like that. Like, I don't view her as, oh well, if she gave me the chance, I would take it. It was strictly like, yeah, we're cool, we're best friends. Like, there's a lot of times where I even to her, I'm like, hey, your friends are good looking, put me down, or is she single, type stuff. So obviously, I'm aiming for her other friends who obviously she knows better than I do, the full on connect and stuff like that. But it very much depends on how both of you view each other, exactly what conversations y'all have, both in public and private, how long y'all known each other for, stuff of that nature. But can men and women be friends? Most definitely. Is it something that is the very much norm? Most likely not, but it is what it is. Which brings me to ask London, because she is the girl who is in the audience. London, if you are free, if you do want to share just your viewpoint, when you are having male friends, right, and all that good stuff, do you think that low key or full on that they want to have more of a further relationship with you, or they just strictly know that we're friends, this is how I view you, you're one of the homies, like I'm able to roast on you, you're able to roast on me, and that's where it is, we can joke around, da 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 da? Or do you think, if, like how I kind of gave Ron the quote unquote scenario, if you were to call them on like a Friday night type jazz on some, hey, I just want to meet up, this is kind of how I'm feeling, that they will try to advance further along with you.
Put them in the homie zone.
You gotta be respected. I don't want to cross no lines. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So,
So,
but who's putting? Sorry, question. But who's
Very
putting
good.
who in the homie zone? That's the real question. How do you know How do you know that y'all put each other in the homie zone, though?
I guess it's pretty obvious to tell when a woman puts you strictly in the friend zone.
It is. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Prince. It's not that obvious. I'm not saying from personal experience, but
No.
the amount of conundrum that niggas face to this day, they still don't even know what's it called. You could always got the friend zone. Yeah, this nigga raw stupid. This nigga stupid. What's it called? But nah, as I was saying, what's it called? Nah. Yeah, there's like, I just like, every time you hear on the internet at least, so you just hear somebody just talking about how they ain't their friends and they trying to get out the friends. Woo. I dead tell them you the homie. See, that's verbatim, and it's like, are you gonna accept that? As a man, you gonna accept that? You just gonna keep it pushing? Cause like now she's like, at that point, like you just gotta be like, cause I think like when people face that situation of being in the quote unquote friend zone for person, it's not that obvious. What's it called? When you're in that like friend zone type like environment, it's just like, as a man, are you gonna like be like, all right, she looked good, but I'ma just respect what she said, I'ma keep it pushing, and then we gonna be friends? Or just like, I'ma just go be in my best way and just keep it pushing?
Well, I mean,
Like, what's it called? Like that's what I'm like. Or you could just get out the friend zone. Like but it's at that same point, if you getting out the friend zone, then you just playing a waiting game. You know, you just playing a waiting game at that point. You're just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna catch her lacking one day. Then I'm on that. Like, you feel me?
If we are being full on honest here, right, and whatnot, if you have the intention of talking to a woman, you want to date her, have sex with her, whatever the case may be, she's not feeling that, and she strictly puts you in that friend zone, and you still try going for her towards that, and she's not like showing any real telltale signs. Granted, most, I won't say most, well, I won't say all, but most women do play the giving you mixed signals games. One day they'll be like, oh, all flirtatious with you. Next moment it's kind of like more, what you doing? You're doing too much, so on and so forth. So it's kind of like a back and forth. So I can understand why some people say it's not that obvious. But if it's a continuous pattern, say you've been talking to this girl for X amount of months, I'll say for the most part 3 months, right? And nothing seems to form, or she's not questioning like what your standing is or what your relationship is, I would kind of say just chop it up and like Meek says, charge it to the game. It is what it is.
Charge it to the game.
All right. So do you think you should, if like that day she not feeling you, you should just wait? As a man, why you tell me you want a nigga like me but not a nigga like me? That's how it be though. That's how it be. It's like yeah, the mixed signals thing is the contradictory. But at that point they just trolling, bro. That's it. You know? They really just trolling you at that point. He's like, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be like, is she talking all this? Like, she's telling me this, that, and the third. Woo. And another thing, let me tell you something. It's only when when it comes to the woman that that you with her friends. Say she in a relationship with her man, and she got her friends. They not 9 times. Let me say 9 times out of 10. They not go. Ride for you, unless you've been deep. If you've been like friends for like 3 years and then another nigga come around, that relationship cut. It's over. What's y'all pet peeves with females? That relationship cut. So it's like, I don't really see the point in being friends like that, unless you're waiting, or y'all grew up since like childhood. Like y'all first, like I'm talking like since like y'all went to the same school together and y'all have this great vibe. And at that point, if
sandbox.
Yeah, Yeah, since the sandbox. And if that point, it's like, why y'all not with each other at that point? Y'all basically finished each other's sentences. So it's like, that's just my opinion on it.
So London asks, what's your pet peeves with females? And here comes Ron saying, when y'all feet cold and y'all put it on a nigga. You know what?
Right, bro. He's right.
Kind of factual.
This shit annoying, bro. What they be doing some weird shit.
Cause y'all know y'all feet wild. Cold.
They be doing some weird shit, bro. They really doing some weird shit. That's so cool.
But it be like that. Pet peeves though. Good question. I guess wanting us to read y'all mind, knowing damn well we can't read y'all mind, knowing damn well that y'all know what y'all want or don't know what y'all want, instead of just letting us go about it and taking care of it the best way we can to make sure that y'all are good. Then y'all get mad and upset because we didn't read y'all mind because you didn't verbally vocalize what y'all wanted. That's a pet peeve.
That's my pet peeve is when two females in the Discord be asking the same question twice.
Tragic.
Nah.
No, what's it called? What's up with the turn offs and turn offs? That was what's y'all pet peeves. Nah, let me be real though. What's it called?
Was that shots at Dawn in London? Let's talk about
Yeah,
that.
of course. The shots fired.
Jesus.
What's it called? But actually, a pet peeve of me having to repeat myself. If I have to repeat myself more than once, it's like I'm gonna be upset. Cause I know you heard me the first time. Why I gotta say it again?
Nah, I feel
Probably
that.
my biggest pet peeve. Everything else is just like, it is what it is. You can just keep it pushing.
I most definitely you understand that. Oh,
Bro, it's like we hate that shit, man. It's like, bro, I said this 3 times. Did you not get it the first time? And I know they heard it the first time.
so not to try to sway off too much from London's question, but I do notice that in the audience we do have Unk, aka Michi. Well, granted, it's the other way around. In the audience,
shit. Oh,
I know he was the bride for not bride, the groom for the Eve wedding. Unk, I'm not sure.
Shit. Oh, somebody back too. Yo.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you want to come up, Unk, and state how the E-wedding was. Kind of take your piece of your experience of the E-wedding. If you want to state anything, just raise your hand. We'll bring you up, and you can tell your story. We all love to hear a good, nice, healthy wedding. You feel me? So just let us know.
Yes, sir. That's a married man right there.
Yeah, it's an E-married man right there, bro. It's a call.
It's a married man.
But to get back to London's question, because don't want to have it be ignored and whatnot. Any other pet peeves?
Not gonna lie, my only pet peeve is just like when I say something and it's like it's taking the correct opposite of what it is.
Yeah.
But I feel like it goes both ways too, because like I can say like different words to make sure it makes sense, but it's like if I say something simple and you still like take it like the wrong way, it's like
Yeah, nah, I agree. I do agree on that. Yeah, that's where you get the miscommunication that'd be irritating sometimes. It's a call. Yeah, I agree. Nonchalant man be pissing us off.
I don't think it's nonchalant. I think. Oh, my bad. Continue.
Nah, what's it called? I was just saying like, hey, look, you just gotta chalk it up to the game.
Tragic.
I just the game.
Hey, you just gotta chalk up to the game, bro. That's what you gonna get. Sometimes shit is not gonna bother us. 99% of the things do not bother me in this, like, in how I operate. Like, there's only a certain amount of like things that I'll tolerate, but that what's it called? That when I start repeating myself, and it goes for anybody. That's not even like a pet peeve to like towards women. It's just for anybody. It's like, bro, I just said the same thing like 3-4 times. Like, what is going on here? Like, what is going on here? But no.
Why am I still explaining myself to you?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what is going on here? So, yeah. Other than that, I just be chilling. that's the word they hate the most.
I just be chilling.
I just be chilling, bro.
Like I said, I don't think it's nonchalant, man. Pause. I don't think it's nonchalant men that really be getting y'all pissed off. I think it's the fact is y'all think that since we choose to be laid back and don't want to express all types of different emotions right then and there, or give you a full-on direct answer to something that you just may be the utmost curious about that we don't understand why, then it upsets y'all, words, because then you're questioning, well, what's he really thinking? Is it about me? Which makes y'all overthink, and then that causes you to feel more frustrated outside of what's already making you frustrated, if anything was making you frustrated. Because I've dealt with this before. Story time with Fresh. Back a few years, was in a long-term relationship with a high school sweetheart, ex at this point. and she was upset about something. I didn't know exactly what she was upset about, so I'm answering her questions. She's not really answering. Like, what's wrong? Oh, I feel like I don't know what you're thinking about. I'm with my god brother, hanging out, spending time. Don't see him all that often. You know, just chilling, just having a good time. But I think she felt, since she wasn't a part of that, because at the time she was in college. Granted, there was not really much of an age gap between us. It was about like a few months, but she was one grade year above me than I was. So I think I was a senior while she was in her first year of college and whatnot. So of course we're not seeing each other as we should. Of course, we're not spending time as we should and all this other stuff. Blase, blase, blah, whatever the case may be. So she proceeds to ask me questions, and I'm just kind of, again, laid back and chill, because it's like, what's going on? Because I'm not gonna be the one freaking out in the relationship when I see that you're already going through whatever you're going through. So she's asking me, what's on your mind? I tell her what's on my mind. I just said, oh, I can't wait for this new Naruto game to come out. She blew up. I'm wondering, why are you being so mad? Why are you being so upset? She was like, oh, well, like you don't care about me, and you're not really trying to speak and all this other stuff. I said, what is giving you that idealistic view? It's not like I ignored you. Anytime you send me a text, I text you back. Anytime that you want to speak on the phone, I'm quick to pick up the phone with you. Possibly but hey, guess what? What's in the dark, I'm leave it there. I'm not looking for no answers that I don't care about no more. And whatnot. But it's what's going on to make you react the way you're reacting, or make you think I don't care, because I'm still here regardless. I mean, of course, she realized she was overreacting about it and things of that nature, but I just generally think it's the actions of y'all want so much of an answer that best fits for y'all, or best fits for whatever can resolve anything that you're thinking about. That if it's just, oh, I'm chilling, or oh, I'm just taking it easy today, stuff like that, y'all then start to overthink more about what could really be going on, or what's he thinking about, or if he doesn't care, and this, that, and third. So again, I don't think it's really a nonchalant person. I think it's y'all want the answers that best fit or help y'all, and if it doesn't align, then it causes more of an issue.
I agree.
But that's just me.
What's it called? Oh, Tro asked the question. Is relationships dead?
Yes.
No, they're not. Relationships not dead. They're
Relationships
difficult.
are not dead. You just gotta find the right one.
You do gotta find the right one. I'm not gonna lie. It's easier said than done, but relationships not dead. What's it called?
Especially in this day and age,
Yeah.
it's like it's dead, but it's like it's a 50-50 chance. You gotta find the right person, because
It's really like a 0.5% chance.
Because
you'll get it though. You'll get it.
Because niggas and females these days, it's a whole bunch. It's a whole lot.
You gotta accept, is dating the same? Well, obviously not. Fuck no. Ever since like if you want to go there, ever since like the late 20s, nah, shit is different, bro. Everybody has so much options. Everybody's in a confined space, whether it's school, work, like they're all seeing the same people for the most part. Like, check it out. And I use New York City as an example, but y'all most likely gonna see the same people at least 3 or 4 times a year entire life. Here in Florida,
in Boston, it's Boston's so small. The people
yeah,
know the people you also know that knows more people that you know. Like
yeah.
that's how small Boston is.
So it's gonna be a consistent, yeah, yeah, basically that. It's gonna be a consistent, like you're gonna see the same person over and over and over and over, and it's just gonna breed attraction at that point with all these different energies. Like that's just gonna be natural, from considering like you're in the suburbs, you're in a small town, you're only seeing maybe 4 people out of this day, and then everybody else is new, you know, wherever you go, or you're just seeing one person. Oh, hold on, give me 1 second. What's it called? Or you're just seeing one person the entire life, or they're seeing one person that entire life. Like, my overall point is just like when when you, I was like, when both parties or both, both people are seeing the same other people, often than not, they have more options. So now, if it's something wrong with you, you're in a relationship for like say a couple months, and now, what's it called? It's you who can't do the dishes right, or you who can't clean right. They're just gonna search out for somebody that can do that thing that they think that person can do better, when they're not, that other person might just have another issue that they're not gonna like. So it's just consistent, constantly searching and searching and never finding what you're really looking for.
Right. Instead of like working with the problems, they rather just go search for something else.
Yeah.
Instead of just working stuff out.
Yeah.
That's why it's kind of hard.
Yeah. That's why it's really kind of hard. And I mean, like, there's so many options, man. You can just go on the internet and find somebody. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. You got dating apps. You got Instagram. You got you a famous figure. You can get what's it called, as many options as you want. Like, you're gonna have people in your DMs consistently looking to quote unquote make you happy. What's it
Yeah,
called? So
but
it's a lot.
also you gotta realize like you also
I
gotta
know.
figure out what the person's mindset too. 'Cause you can't
Yeah,
just jump into a relationship without knowing the person's mindset.
that's a
Always
fact.
figure out what their mind is on. If you don't know what
Yeah,
their mind is on, don't even jump into that relationship.
that's a fact. That's a fact. And yeah, we got Discord. I know that for a fact. we got Discord. So
Yep.
what's it called? Yeah. As you yeah. Nah, they ain't not dead. Well, how y'all feel about that though? What's up, Zay? Shout out to niggas in the chat. Or that's how I say it. Appreciate y'all.
Shout out to the 7 black brothers and sisters in here.
Yeah, facts.
True. Appreciate y'all. Without y'all, I mean, would the podcast really be a thing? Who knows? But y'all are here now, and thankful for y'all to take some time out your day just to listen to us talk and laugh and have a good time and all this good stuff. You know what? Y'all important. If no one told y'all today, or no one told y'all this month, or no one told y'all last month, I appreciate y'all from the deep from the bottoms of my heart. I didn't realize how important it was just to hear the words, just to feel appreciated and stuff like that. Because sometimes a lot of us don't feel like that. So I appreciate y'all just for taking some time out just to listen to us and support us and try to keep the things alive and going. You feel me? So shout out to y'all.
Of course. Do you guys want to continue the question? I'm gonna keep track of the questions, by the way.
Okay.
You want me to go into the next question?
I mean, y'all kind of said everything about the relationship, so we're really good, actually.
All right. Okay. So Moon said, what are your thoughts to the "we need a break" part of a relationship? Like, what's the boundary to it? Who wants to go first?
It depends on who initiates it.
Okay.
Facts.
Because if and this is just me. This is me speaking. This is me speaking on behalf of what I know about it. I can't speak for anybody else's belief and or viewpoint. But I do believe that if a woman more so initiates the "we need a break" part, it could be, doesn't mean that it always is, but it could be that she is tired of what's going on currently in the relationship. Maybe the relationship isn't exciting for her anymore. Maybe it's stressful, and it could lead into one or two options. It could be either her really trying to focus on herself, maybe see exactly what she's doing wrong in the relationship to try better assist, if not fix the relationship, or she could have met somebody that does give her whatever excitement or void that she is feeling, whether for something mental, emotional, physical, sexual, whatever the case may be, and temporarily wants to have that there until she decides, well, hey, I either want to cut things completely off with you, or B, let's get back together because I have had my fill for whatever I need avoided. Now, if it's the guy, a guy's standpoint could be a lot different, because it could generally be, guess what? This is exhausting. This is draining. I just want some peace. I just generally just want to get my mental together and be in a world where I'm not feeling nagged. I'm not being pressured. I'm not constantly going through shit in and outside of work because you feel some type of way about what's going on because you're mad about something that I don't even know what I did. So, or it could just be him just wanting to fuck more women and not hurt your feelings about it. But hey, there's always 1 to 2 options or more options on it. Mm-hmm. But it's usually within those scopes of whoever initiates it. It could be for X, Y, Z different reasons. But that's my take on the whole the we need a break thing, boundaries for what exactly, very much depends. But 9 times out of 10 says when it is for we need a break is usually to experience other people and then come back. But that's just my take. I can't speak on anybody else's.
Okay. All right. I would say that for the most part, that break thing, I'm not doing that. Like, if we announce that we got a break, then that is dead. The relationship's over. Like, I'm not saying. Let me just say this first. I'm not saying that that's not a case that can work. But just me personally, 9 times out of 10, I mean, like I don't think that's gonna work. What there's not a not amount of time. Like, all that time is gonna do is just look. You're just looking for somebody else. Like I was saying earlier, it just goes back to the earlier point I was saying that there's so many other just when you have so many options, like as soon as you're done with somebody, you just have an issue with something. Oh, we need to take a break for this amount of time. We gotta see if like we miss each other or we need each other. Like that's the excuses is I want to try somebody else to see if that works, and then if that doesn't work, I'll come back to you. So and I don't agree with that the break stuff. Whether it's initiated by a man or initiated by a woman. At the end of the day, both people aren't really willing to stay together and work out the issues that are gonna benefit the relationship in the long run, even though it may be quote unquote hard in the beginning. Because relationships, like I said, they're hard. They're not easy, especially today. Especially today. Yeah. So yeah, that's my take on it. My perspective.
So me personally, knowing me, I overthink a lot. So it's like once you say like when you say those kind of words, it's like all right. So you don't really know what she means, like what Judah and Prince says. So it's like either she found someone else and she's taking that time, the quote unquote break to go see what that person's about, and if that doesn't work out, then she's coming back straight to you. Or maybe like what Prince said, like it's also a mental break because sometimes relationships can be mentally draining. Like it can be very, very toxic and draining, and sometimes people need a break. But there's also times where it's like, oh, relationships are like, you know, y'all hate it so bad that you run to someone else or some type shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's like it can be 50-50 type shit.
Okay. All right then. Feel you on that. What's it called? You guys want to move on to the next question?
Yeah, you can.
All right then. So London said, "Why do y'all be pimping? Why y'all like to pimp so hard?" So my question to you, before we even answer this, what do you mean by that? What do you mean we like to pimp so hard? Like
Pimping. This is the 90s
yeah,
though.
what's it called? Exactly. Like what do you mean y'all like to pimp so hard? What do you mean by that? What's it called? What you trying to say? First of all, who's y'all? That's all I need to figure that out. Who is y'all? All right. What's it called? Y'all be wanting mad females. All right. Look, I don't know who's y'all. What's it called? But like I said, I'm always go back to that. There's just a lot of options. There's a lot of options. I'm not saying that's right. All I'm saying is just there's a lot of options. There's a lot of options out here.
So
pimping is a crazy sentence.
Yeah,
you're good.
Crazy though.
Y'all good. So I assume London. You can correct me if I'm wrong. You're more so talking about how guys, in terms I like to use, play the field. But I say that for anybody who talks to more than one person at a time, maybe trying to get an emotional bond, if not have an ulterior motive of getting something sexual out of them. If I'm not mistaken, if that's what you mean, correct? I don't know if she's still in here. Oh, okay, she's talking. Okay, bet. So, London, I will say this. Maybe not all guys, but maybe you have dealt with your fair share. Granted, I don't know you on that type of personnel. I don't know your background or what what you've personally been through. So I don't want to state too much that I could be wrong about. But maybe you've seen and or dealt with situations like that before, which is very much understandable. I think all of us, if not a vast majority of us, have always been a part of someone's roster, whether if we knew or we didn't know, right? It's not necessarily us pimping so hard or people pimping so hard. It's more so in most hindsight of keeping options open, or like how I just stated, having a rotation, right? So you never know exactly what could happen between you and a person. And this kind of stems back to the whole people be putting in friend zones and stuff like that, to where you may talk to somebody, you think something's going on, and at the end of the day, they don't want anything to do with you, but they're more focused on somebody else. They just have you around for, say, like attention, or maybe because you're the guy that they can go to about these problems, or that are is good for taking them out, stuff like that. Ulterior motives do come into play. So, of course, people are going to speak to each other if nothing is solidified. Now, granted, are we talking? I more so assume she means like when you are talking to somebody seriously, or seeing someone seriously, or in a relationship. Why do you still want to have, your side hoes or your side pieces and stuff like that? Granted, I can't speak on that. I don't know, but kind of like how Judah said, there's a lot of fish out in the sea, for the most part. So if a guy decides he wants to exercise his options, or maybe some things at home aren't going so well, and he confides into another woman, or he wants to just do sexual things with another woman, whatever the case may be, then that is just up in the air, because I don't have an answer to that. I may be smart, but I'm not a genius. So, that's my full on take about it. Again, there are people out there who generally are only interested in one person at a time, whether they want to talk to them seriously, whether it's just as a friend. But most times, if it is of us speaking on terms of, we want to see where this goes, we want a relationship, we want to have a solid foundation, just you and I, then there are people who are out there, out in the world, who generally just want to speak to that one person. It's not the whole playing games of, well, I'm talking to you, but I'm seeing her, I'm taking her, or she's taking me out to lunch, she's paying for my bills, I'm smashing her on the side, she gives me head, all this other stuff. It's generally like, I see things with you, I see that I want you in my life, and that's what it is. But that's just me. That's just my take.
Yeah, I agree. People are very different. It really depends on your personality. So,
Yeah.
Mr. Cole, you got to say about this?
I mean, personally, me, I activities, so I don't really know. I can't say too much on it.
Okay. Okay. You don't got any speculations? Yeah, speculate at least.
I mean, only person I know who could do, like, all right, I'm gonna say this, right? So, my uncle, I'm gonna use it as an example. My uncle, right? So let's say he has a track record for, like, for being Caribbean, if that makes sense. So, I asked him, I was like, yo, like, what's good? Why can't you just settle down? He was like, he just be, well, his words, I just be stacking my roster.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, like, he wants a girlfriend, but this is like with his quote unquote roster, he like, every person is on his roster that has like a different quality he likes, and if each person that shows more than one quality that he likes the more, then he's gonna pay more attention to that quality, and he's gonna date that one with the best quality. So that's what he calls stacking his roster.
Okay. Yeah. Rex just says stack it up. Okay. Rex says stack it up. I think honestly, there's different relationship types. You like there's a lot of different relationship types, and it honestly just it's what you're okay with at the end of the day, you know.
Factual.
Because in different parts of the world, you have men who have more than one woman, and they're happy with their life, and then you have here, a lot of people have multiple partners in one relationship, and they operate that way. And then you have monogamy, and then you have men and women, and you have what you have, and you get what you get. I guess it's a lot. But
Oh yeah, Unc said you could drag him now.
yeah, no, he in here. Yeah, okay,
So, just to derive from the questions a little bit, we will get back to it, so everybody can at least. We're gonna try to make sure we can get everybody's questions, so nobody feels left out. But if we don't get them this time, we will make sure to get them for next time. I promise you that. But since you're here, you're able to speak now. Whenever you want to unmute yourself, you can tell us about the story of this wedding that happened not too long ago. The floor is yours, my brother.
what's it called?
Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me ask you one question before. Do you want to interview style? You just want to come up here and give a story time? How you want this format to go?
Sorry.
You want to do an interview?
Yeah.
Okay. Do any of you guys want to go first? You go. Let me take the floor.
You can. The floor is all
Go
yours.
ahead, go first. Go first.
Okay.
Dude, I was waiting for this moment.
Me. So, first things first. How did you find your wife? How did you interact with her for the first time? How did the conversation start off? Or what's her name first of all, and then start how you met her and how you got to know each other. Start from there.
If you want to say her name, if you know.
Oh, confidentiality, of course, confidential.
Mm-hmm.
Well, her name is, as everyone knows, Ray.
Okay.
It's my wife.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm surprised. We definitely butted heads in the beginning, but we did this is the second wedding. The first one, I got told no.
Wait, whoa, hold up. What do you mean you got told no?
I'll flip and tell you that part.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that later. But yeah, what happened with the same woman or with a second woman? What was?
It's the same woman.
Oh, so
Yeah, she told me no at the first time.
okay. So did you do some convincing? Did you speak to her on the side and said this could work?
No, she actually we actually had a little private conversation on the side,
Okay.
and
Yeah, okay.
she convinced me, and I said, yeah, we could try it again. I understood her reasons to why she wanted to say no the first time, but she got scared. She got goosebumps. It happens. It happens at E-Wedding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It happens. It happens. Um. So okay, y'all got to know each other. Y'all talked about it and y'all got engaged. How did that process go?
Um, the first I sent the meme and I asked her would she marry me, and she said yeah. The
Right.
second time, the second time she asked me, and I ended up saying yeah.
Right. So
Kind of felt like Jim Jones when she asked me. His
Nah,
name
nigga
is
said Jim Jones.
okay, so you felt like Jim Jones. What did you and Jim Jones go through that made? What did you go through that made made you compare that situation to Jim Jones?
His wife proposed to him.
Oh, okay. All right then. Okay, so you felt like Jim Jones in this situation because your wife proposed to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I got a question.
Oh, Meek. Go ahead, Meek.
So, during the first wedding, I was called upon by Unc to be a groomsman. That's for the question. Like, what made you choose me as like one of your peoples for this wedding?
Well, Meek, we basically have the same nickname. We have a good bond and a discordia. I felt
Of
like
course.
you would be the perfect groomsman.
The
You know.
perfect groomsman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Meech, what qualities did Meek show that made him the perfect groomsman? Rex, yes, he did.
Loyalty,
Loyalty. Okay. Loyalty's a good
ambition,
quality. Ambition. Right.
and he's very wise.
Very wise indeed.
Very wise.
Very wise indeed. Okay. All right then.
So my question for you guys is, how do you feel about it?
Wait. Hold on, Meech. We haven't even got it to the Big E ceremony. So leading up, you guys got engaged. How did you guys set up? Who was the wedding planner? Who was the wedding planner? How did this get set up? I know Zay was a part of it. Moon was a part of it. Meek was a part of it. But like, what was what was your part in planning the wedding?
I was just there.
You was just there. Okay, you was just there. You was just there. Okay, all right.
She came up with the date and the time, and I just showed up.
Okay.
From what I remember from the first wedding, I think Air was the priest that wedding, and
Yeah, that was bad.
that was very very bad.
Mm.
Terrible if you want to add that.
So wait, so you had 2 weddings? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Wait, so
Yep.
what? How did you get to this? Yeah, the first wedding. What happened there? Ray proposed. Ray proposed.
She proposed the second one. I proposed at the first one, but what happened at the first one? We went all the way down. You know, we said the vows and whatnot and
Oh,
things
you.
of that nature.
Oh, you said your vows.
Yeah.
Would you mind reading your vows for the
I gotta
audience?
search. I gotta search it up to Google. Hold on.
Okay.
On the Google.
Okay. Well, while you search that up, I have a question for the audience. How y'all got? Would you guys do an e-wedding? And would you guys do an e-wedding in the chat in the audience? Would you guys do an e-wedding?
Nah, Moon's crazy.
Okay. Would you want to e-marry somebody in here? Like, wouldn't you think that's a? Okay, we don't. I'm not asking for thirsty niggas. I'm asking for actual, real, legitimate questions. I'm playing. London, why wouldn't you? You don't have a e man in mind that you would honestly allow them to propose to you? Propose to you?
E-man in mine is crazy.
Oh no.
Oh no. Get Pink Panthers for the servant. I would.
Okay.
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay. How do you feel about the concept of e relationships? How do you feel about that? Much less e marriage.
You mind if I can answer that question? I would like to say like that's a big step for mankind.
Big step for mankind.
That's the best I can say.
A
very big step for mankind.
I'm not gonna lie.
I think that takes more patience than the IRL ones. Elaborate Moon. Elaborate on that, Moon.
Not gonna lie. That's a bold move.
What's the code? What do you mean? That's
It's
an honest question. I mean, if I respect people like e-relationship, I can't like to be. What? I mean, I respect if people like e-relationships. It's just I can't like to be in person. I like to be. I just can't. I like to be in person. Okay.
Rex. Right, Rex got the right idea. A big step for Discord RP. Very big step.
Yes. Of course, a big step. But I agree with you, London. What's it called?
Oh God, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I was glitching for a little second there. I was
having an e-wedding.
All right. Have you got your vows in order? Are you ready to present your vows?
Then that man does not have to present his vows again if he don't want to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
We are not forcing that man to do his vows again.
Why you guys moving?
We are not forcing that man to do his vows again. I refuse.
Why y'all moving like that? Beach, I what's it called? I would like to hear. Y'all is not gonna clown me in the chat. Y'all gotta chill. All right, what's it called? A nigga had one glitch. Y'all niggas on. Anyways, what's it called? Beach. You have your vows ready? You have your vows ready?
I got the vows for the second one.
That's fine. That's fine.
What Google said.
Of course.
It says, I pledge to remain your companion and friend. I promise to be with you always, to take care of you, and to love and to cherish you no matter how far we may be. I will always show an interest in the things you do and your ideas. I will be with you in your heart and keep you safely in mind.
Oh, okay.
So I do have a question. not to be on the same type of timing that Judah's on, because Judah's.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
You laughing a little bit too hard over there, my boy.
I'm not laughing at all.
Anyways, you know,
having an honest conversation right now.
The main important thing is, are you happy with how the e-wedding went through? Are you happy about who you're married to?
Fleet the fish.
Wait, when you said
Understandable.
what, you got forced into it? You say you got forced into it.
Discovery.
As a man, no man supposed to be get forced. But I understand the pressure. I understand the pressure that could come along with an marriage. It's a big commitment in your life.
Just make sure she signed the prenup. But yeah.
Did you make her sign the prenup? Did you make her sign the prenup?
Be sure she don't take none of your shit.
I have my lawyers typing it up as we speak.
Good job.
Understandable.
Oh, man.
But you know, I'm glad you were able to share this story with us. You know, I understand that things happen. You feel me? You were able to have a whole wedding, and that's cool. You know, you felt comfortable enough to share it with us. For those who may not have been able to attend or didn't get invited or weren't sent the invite, but you know, it's all good. It's all grand. It's all okay. You know, if anything, if you need us for anything, you know, we're here. You can reach out and whatnot. I hope you and your bride, y'all have a nice, fruitful future. You know,
Have you on the fruitful future?
Shut up.
Sorry.
I wish nothing but for the best for both of y'all. You know, I have no real ill intentions in anybody's in terms of love, relationships, wherever the case it may be. You know, but we were generally just curious to see how things went about the e-wedding. You know, we couldn't get Moon up here because she was spending time with her family to explain it. We saw you. Felt like, you know, who better to answer the main person, right? But you know, I do appreciate you for being here. I don't know if you have a question for us before we kind of have to ship you back down to the audience, because you know, don't need too many niggas up here all at once. But you know, just
bear in mind in this conversation.
So how do you guys feel about it?
I think
you want our answers? I think that you made an important decision in your life, and I hope you made the right decision. That's all I can say. And I hope you made the right decision, because that's all we can do is make, you know, good decisions. What's up, Mari?
Is that is that the real answer?
It is. It honestly is.
Well, Meeks, you already know. I'm gonna support you, you know, because I'm your man's, and that's what W mans do. If you're happy, I'm happy with your decision.
Okay. Any more questions?
If you want my take on it, honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck $250. I generally don't care about the e-wedding. I'm gonna keep it a ban. But for the utmost, I am happy that you're happy to whatever you want to experience and whoever you want to experience it with. You know, if the person that you decide to have that settle down moment with is that the person that you want to see yourself with for the future, then by all means, you know, go for it, regardless of who it may be or whatever standing that person may be on and whatnot. If you're happy with them, be happy with them. It's not my point to hate on the next man's happiness because of X, Y, and Z or Z, Y, and X. So I'm all for it. If that was you're a grown man. You made your decision. You made the decision who you want to be made with, and by all means, I support it.
Rex wanted to tell you, E, congratulations.
Thanks. I'm supportive of your support. I support it.
E, thank you, Rex. E, thank you.
That's what Rex would like to say. Rex is stepping down.
Oh, we have one more question. We have more question for you, Meech. Fredo, come up here. You can say what you gotta say.
Fredo, you are free to speak.
We cannot hear you, Fredo, if you're speaking.
Wouldn't be a live podcast without issues.
Okay, Fredo, we gonna have to have you type it. What's it called? Yeah, if you gonna no, we can't hear you. We gonna have to have you type it. Okay, Fredo.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we're just gonna have you type it. We'll ask for you.
But all right, Unc, if there's nothing else you care to share or any questions that you have for us, we are gonna knock you back down. Like,
oh, he said, do you think it's gonna go from E to IRL? Do you think yeah? Do you think it's gonna go from E to IRL, Meech? Meech?
My fault. I had a phone call, but E, thank you, Big Rex.
I ain't gonna lie, call it next month Big Rex. Fire for that. Fire. Lightning judgment. No man fi call next month Big. Fire for that. Hey, yo. Anyway, sorry, I just had to say that. Let's go on.
I'm not gonna do this one.
Do you think it would go from
IRL?
Honestly, I really don't know.
Okay.
Okay, I got another question. Do you want it to, or are you fine where you at right now?
I'm content to where it's at right now.
Okay.
All right. You know, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with
if she says she wants to take it to IRL, you gonna say yes?
No, I'm not ready.
Not ready for IRL.
Solid answer.
All right, thank you, Meech. Thank you for coming up here. Appreciate the conversation we had.
Ooh, hit him too quick. My bad. Okay, I hit you quick. I hit him way too quick. That was my fault.
Man, my nigga Meech, bro, great fucking guy, man. That's a great guy right there.
That is a great guy. That is a great guy. That was my fault.
Why you back up here? Ego. All right, but what's it called?
So we got that story.
For that couple, man.
Think we had some more questions. I'm not sure, Judah. You.
I haven't seen any questions. Does anybody have questions? Ask them now.
Or if anybody feels up to it, we are able to bring people up if y'all want to ask us questions or maybe speak about a piece, share some stories, share how y'all feeling, express yourself. This is an open platform for all is currently in this moment in time, so anybody is welcome. You don't gotta feel ashamed.
Guys, go ahead, speak your minds.
If you don't like us, you can tell us that right now. Will we squabble after? Probably, but hey, it's life.
It is what it is.
But let me see. That was about the break. Okay, well. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily look like it, but this was a question from Moon back a couple of paces ago. But she said, "How do you feel about your girl's parents' approval of the relationship?" I ain't gonna lie, I've dealt with that before. That wasn't fun. Oh wait, Zay, bring you up, Zay.
No, was Zay raising his hand?
Yeah, he should be up here.
Yeah.
What's good, Zay?
Yo. What's going on, gang?
Shit, I'm chilling. How y'all feeling? How y'all doing?
I'm chilling.
Alive.
All that good stuff.
Tell you shit.
Alright,
yo. So here's what Zay got for today. Feel me? Alright, so boom, right? So basically, right? I got a little bit of anxiety. You feel me? Cause there's this one girl. You feel me? That's pulling up to NYC. Feel me? And we were supposed to like be seeing each other like mad times, right? But I got anxiety because like I kind of cut her off, and I kind of let her back into my life type shit. But she wasn't like upset. She wasn't upset about it because I told her like the reason and whatnot about like what I did. to her, and like she was understanding because like she knew what she was doing and shit. So now I got a little bit of anxiety because like she's supposed to be coming out here, and she says she wants to do this, she wants to like link, see me and all this shit, and I don't know if like I want to link and shit and do all that, but I'm afraid that like eventually down the road type shit, I know really falling for her again, but I'm really not trying to have that happen like that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So it's like, you know, I'm just anxious because like she come down here and then she start making moves and shit, and then I'm just like I'm gonna give in. Like I'm not like I'm weak, bro. Like I'm dead ass weak. I'm going full like laundry, like y'all should dead ass like see her. Like I'm going full.
My God.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just a little like I'm definitely going full. I'm just like worried that that shit's actually gonna happen, and then like I'm afraid that I might make a mistake if I do full type shit.
Okay. What? Why do you feel like you would fold?
Oh no, I'm a fool. I'm a
Like,
fool.
why?
Well, let me answer this. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to get into details, or you don't have to share it if you don't feel like it. But
Type shit.
the reason, let's say you had, I assume you, if I remember correctly, you stated that you had cut her off for a brief moment in
Yeah.
time. Was it more so because she did something for you to cut her off, or was it like you just needing a break from her, or X, Y, and Z?
It was it was like a little bit of both, and then like I kind of cut off like a lot of people at that time too. But she kind of did do a few things that made me want to cut her off even more. Like I was just like, yo, I'm just not having it type shit. But um, yeah, I guess I let her back into the fray or whatever, and then yeah,
Mm.
that's it.
Well, do you want her back? That's the real question you gotta ask yourself.
See, that's the thing though. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Well, you gotta know. You gotta
Is
figure
there
it out.
bad? Is there any bad blood between y'all?
no, nah, we straight.
Then
Yeah,
why
we
y'all?
cool.
Then what made y'all separate?
Um, like personal, it was like personal reasons type shit. Like with her,
Okay.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
So
my advice is to you is to just move forward.
word.
I would just move forward. There's what's it called? I understand that there's history, but I think we can't move. What's it called? We can't move. We can't look back. You know, that's how I see it. We can't look back and into our previous relationships, our previous history. And I
Word.
just what's it called? I always hear this analogy to on a podcast I listen to. Um, what's it called? There's a reason why the rear view mirror is much smaller than the front view mirror because that's what you're supposed to see. You're supposed to see what
Mmm.
not what's
Type shit.
behind you. So
Jesus.
that's what it calls. That's an analogy that I like. I always hear the person I listen to say. So I like that analogy a lot because it, 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 it's really true. You know, you should always look what's ahead of you. There's so much, man. There's I mean, especially when you're on the right path, the right track, and you're getting everything together and everything is coming to fruition.
Word.
You know, honestly, everybody. What's it called? All the gal them. Honestly, you get all the gal them when you're at the mountaintop. You what's it called? All
I'm
the gal them
dead.
at the bottom. There's very few gal that's gonna climb the mountain with you. All right, you really just you gotta climb the mountain, set the
Type
flag,
shit.
make sure
Word.
nobody come take the flag, and then the gal come. You know,
Type shit. Type shit.
so it's a process.
Mmm.
It's a process, but you don't wanna like you don't want to like what's it called try and find somebody to really build with because most people are not really on the same. I'm not saying let me not say that. You don't want to focus too much on trying to build something. If that person comes into your life, then you're really is you're blessed at that point to find somebody that's gonna to build with you that's willing to do that with you. But they gotta be locked in. They really gotta be
Word.
locked in. But if it's just like, just keep it pushing, man. I mean, like, you try and get yourself together first before I try and get anybody else together, because that's almost like a project. That's almost like a project. It's almost like a project, man. So like, you really gotta get you first, and then everybody else can come next.
Type shit. See, I got me. Like, I'm straight. So it's like, whoever I meet, it's we gon' word. We straight.
Well, if I can interject in this, give my 2 cents. There's a reason why, obviously, you cut her off, right? So let's not throw that out the window. But
facts.
Granted, you are your own person. You can make your own decisions. You can pretty much do as you see fit based upon what works for your life. So you including her back into your life, whether it's once, 27 times, whatever the case may be, that is all up to you. But in hindsight, if you still see the same actions, the same qualities, and the same type of runaround or the same loop that caused you to cut her off in the first place to still be there, and that's kind of that's kind of your telltale sign of stop it before it causes more harm to you, right? It's not a matter of whether she's good looking or not, because we all have those moments of unattractive persons in our life. We think, oh, because they're attractive, I can see past these red signs or these red flags, and guess what? It still bites us in the ass regardless. So, like I said, if you do meet up with her, if you do link with her, if you decide to, whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, it is your decision. But let's take into account still, if her qualities, if her personality, if the same actions that provided you to cut her off before are still there, then that's all the more reason that you have, or that's showing you that, hey, I shouldn't take this person that seriously. If we're just friends, or if we're even just cordial to each other, maybe we see each other around, we say hi, have a small conversation, keep it pushing, and that's just where shit has to be. It doesn't have to be more, it doesn't have to be less. Or if we just start talking to each other or start being friends all together and just go about our separate ways, then that's what it is. But don't push yourself, or don't think that, oh, because she's attractive, or oh, she's one of these very good looking women that you can fold easily. Because trust me, that good lookingness could be taken away in a matter of a day, a matter of a second, actually.
That's
but
a fact, man.
So all that she really would have is her personality, and if her personality is still up to the same standard of the reason you cut her off, then that's all the more reason.
Nah, for sure.
So
it's not even just about her looks. Like, her personality, from what I've seen, because we've been talking like I think for like 2-3 years, I think. So from her personality, like, she's cool as fuck. Like she's a vibe and all that. But it's not more so that I'm worried about her personality and shit. It's just that, what if I really shouldn't be worrying about this, because I should just be living life and just vibing, taking it one step at a time type shit, and just like go with the flow. You feel me? But after having my time wasted like so many times, I guess that's what I'm mostly afraid of, basically. So yeah.
Okay. Well, how long has it been though?
How long is it since what?
Yeah, since the separation.
Shit. I think it happened in the summer.
Okay.
I did it to her in I think June.
When I met you in the summer, well, my fault.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's it called? Honestly, what's it called? I see where you're coming from. Things like that do take time, but like Prince was saying, you gotta always keep in mind that unless y'all both go such a dramatic change, if y'all do get back together, you're gonna have to go through the same thing that y'all went through, and the vast majority of people don't change. So people are pretty much stuck in their ways unless something dramatic has happened or something forces them to change. But you know, if you're gonna get back together, I'm not gonna say that y'all can't make it work. All I'm gonna say is like, hey, just be prepared to probably deal with the same issues that y'all had going going into it. And not only that, you gotta be willing to take all the the whatever she had going on in that time period where y'all weren't together. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
Just don't let her mentally drain you.
yeah.
That's the lesson you
Oh,
get.
no, I don't know. Fuck no.
So
Oh no.
yeah, man. As I always say, you gotta find somebody that like you. Like most
No, of course.
you gotta definitely find someone that like you, people. That's how I always say.
Type shit.
Yeah, man.
They'll come around.
Yeah, they definitely will.
Yeah, I'm just taking it a step at a time, type shit, and just go with
That's
the
a
flow. And then, yeah.
Yeah, yes sir. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all.
Alright,
Appreciate y'all
Jay.
for that.
What's it called? Hopefully that helped, man. Hopefully our advice, our words of wisdom.
Of course. Nah, I
Problems, eh?
appreciate that. Actually, wait. I have one more thing
Yeah.
to add though to that. Wait, hold on. Yo, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I hate Zay. I hate Zay with a passion. I do.
No, I hate it. No, I just realized what he just did. I'm sick.
I promise you, I do.
Even on a podcast,
I
this nigga
promise
don't
you,
stop, bro.
I hate
You
this
gotta get to him. He consistent. He don't stop.
That works
Mesh
every
Man.
trip.
Yeah,
It works
right.
every trip.
He don't stop. You gotta give him his consistency. He don't stop, bro.
Mesh
He
Man,
don't stop.
if you want to come up, just raise your hand. We'll bring you up if you want to talk about it. Or if you
Yes,
don't
sir,
feel
Mesh Man.
comfortable with speaking or letting your voice be heard, you can always type it. We can talk about it at that time. So just let us know. Just let us know. Oh, he's typing right now. But back to Moon's question. Until not sure if Mesh Man's gonna come up here or he's typing it out and whatnot. But has anybody dealt with like the parents' disapproval of their relationship?
What's it called? No, I haven't. I mean, to be honest, I'm very meticulous. So, like, I know my parents well enough to know that who they would accept and who they don't. So, I wouldn't bring anybody around that my parents would accept. So,
Has
that's a major. That's a yo. I mean, sorry just to cut you off. That's a that's a major thing. That's a major thing. That's a major thing for me. Like I take that very, very seriously. Just like that. If you're that type of woman that I gotta take to see my family and stuff, that means like you have a high, you're a high class. You know, I want like I'll say that you're at a high class. You know. I'm not even trying to go on that high value man shit, but no, you're at a high class of a woman for if you're gonna see my family. So I'm not about to just bring nobody around. I take that very seriously.
Has or any significant other that you have dated has their parents ever disapproved of the relationship?
Nah, not really. Honestly, no.
Oh, y'all had the easy life. Can't relate to that.
That's so cool. Yeah, well, it's so cool. It's like the I try to keep everything in the house. Like I don't. I'm not gonna say your situation. I don't know what your situation, but like to avoid some of that, like I try to date who I vibe with because I'm Jamaican, so I try to keep it with like Jamaican women. So we understand our like the values and shit.
Oh no,
So that's how I see it.
All my significant others have been black.
So I feel you on that.
So story time with Prince. It did stem from to when I was in a relationship with a girl. Her parents did not like me out front when we first started getting into a situation, or when we first started dating and whatnot. They thought I was a thug. They thought the worst of me. Thought I wasn't gonna be shit. All this other stuff. This, that, and the third. Mind you, I've dated this girl for years on end, and I promise you that they have never even budged not one time have liked me. I think the day that me and her broke up was probably the happiest day of their life. And it'd be like that sometimes, but most definitely dealing through that is a hardship because they won't say it to your face or won't say it when you're around, but they will most definitely tell your significant other all the things they don't like about you and why they shouldn't be with you and all this other stuff. And trust me, you spend 3.5 years hearing that, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, it's very tough. Well, I in that situation, I would just have to if there's no issue, then what's it called? Then I would just have to just keep it pushing, you know. Just I would just have to like explain to her like, hey, look, they might not like us, but if what we have is working, then what's it called? That's just how the situation is. Like if we have a healthy relationship, it honestly is not. It's not really their decision at that point. But yeah, you're gonna. I guess you're gonna have certain parents not disapprove of you, and they might never approve of you. But I mean, if the relationship is working and you're fully functional, then they're not really doing their they're not really I'm not gonna say not really doing their job, but I would say like what their perspective is kind of irrelevant at that point, because then at that point you have your own family to take care of. Like, so you're successful, you can pay the bills, you this, that, and the third, how you're doing this, everything that as a man should, right?
Mhm.
And you're doing the best that you can for yourself and your family. Now you have kids and they're still acting that certain way, then that's really more of a them issue, you know. But that's how family be. Sometimes they just want to see them. They have a preference and they want to see um who they have. Who they just want to see their daughter or their son with someone they prefer the most. It's like, I think that's how parents act. I'm not a parent, so I can't really speak for other parents, but that's how I see it. Just how I see it for the most part.
Facts.
Yeah.
Continue, my bad.
Nah, I never really been in a situation like that, so I can't even speak on it for real.
Oh, lucky you. It's not fun. I'm telling you, it really isn't. But that was Moon's question. I know, Meshman, you have a question, but I'm not. But I do see that your hands up. I do see the question you put in, so I'm not sure if you're not trying to come up on stage, but we can still answer it for you. It's no biggie. Because you did ants, and I am just trying to pin everything. But he said, "How do you know when to let a relationship go? If you've been through things for years, but it feels like the love died out. Y'all argue more often, lie more often. I've been with her for 2.5 years now. Is it worth it to keep going or let it go?" First and foremost, I just want to answer, Mishman. If you're okay with it, you don't have to to share that information. But how old are you, if you don't mind me asking, or at least the age range that you are in? That'll kind of best help me give you the best advice that I can give.
Okay.
He's typing right now. Oh, he's 21.
Oh, is he? It was a cool. He's not coming up, but he's not. Was all right? I got a situation. How do you know when a relationship go? If you've been
Yeah, he's in our age range. He's like 20. He's 21.
all right. How do you know when a relationship go? If you've been through things for years, but it feels like the love died out. Y'all argue more often, lie more often. I've been 2.5 years. It's worth to keep together. Well, first of all, what's it called? Who are you trying to make the relationship work just because you you don't want to find somebody else, or you want to keep making it work, or you're genuinely happy? You know, you gotta ask yourself: is she giving you a peace of mind? Um, are you in the best position to handle a relationship? Like, I'm just gonna speak for, like, as a 21, 22 year old. Like, I'm not in the best position to manage a relationship, like a full-fledged, like, real relationship, because I don't have my own business that's making me income. That's what I'm working towards, right? That's just my perspective that I'm working towards. So, like, I'm trying to make a good income, so when I'm in my like 30s, whoever I'm with, I can build a real relationship with them, and they don't have more avenues to complain, because when we're at this stage where we're so focused on ourselves. I was like, oh, some days we're happy. Yeah, I understand. Some days it's happy, some days it's unhappy. But when you're in that stage where it's just like there are more days that you're arguing and you're lying. We've been knowing a lot since our school. Yeah, I understand. But there's a lot that goes into, like, being in a relationship today. It's a lot. If you can't manage it, then you shouldn't be in that position to be in a relationship. What's it called? What's it called? There's really no reason to be forcing it. You don't want to force it. That's the main thing that you don't want to do, is you don't want to force the relationship. If it's always consistently arguing and you're just unhappy, yeah, there's gonna be good days, there's gonna be bad days, but try to make your day your day as easy as possible, as peaceful as possible, as much as possible, right? Because you don't want to go into today. Yeah, well, yeah, I understand me, Mesh. I understand, Mesh. That's why you should go into a relationship knowing that you're there, that you got it, that you got everything locked, and you don't have to worry about giving her everything she needs.
So let me see. Uh, so in my retrospect, because you're 21, I understand you and her have been together for 2.5 years, which is cool and whatnot. But if it is becoming a trend more to where you are arguing more, maybe getting into fights more, lying more often, things of that, to where toxic traits are building up more so, and you generally feel like the love is dying down of some sort, then I personally think you should call it a wraps. This is just me speaking here. Reasons why I say that is because at some point these things are just going to continuously flow unless you two seek some form of professional help, or at least seek advice from two people who are in a healthy relationship who have dealt with these type of problems before. Granted, I don't know, your environment, to where you live, or to the people that you may know or some sort, who can actually be able to talk to both of you and give you this advice or things of that nature. But 2.5 years, that is a long time. It may not sound it because we're talking years, but if you really break that down into days, that bitch is wild. But if it constantly gets to that point to where you may have those days where you just feel like, I don't want to fuck with her, or I'm just tired of her, or like this is annoying, like I'm getting frustrated, it's time to clip them wings. I'm sorry to say that. And I understand that
I agree.
you may not want to to go about that, or that may not be the first choice you want to go about it, but it's gonna have to happen regardless. Either it's gonna be on your time or her time.
Mm-hmm.
And
Make sure it's on your time.
Facts.
Make sure it's your time. All right. Make sure
and
it's on your time.
the hard truth about it is that it's gonna get to that point to where, and I don't know who you're with, I don't know the person that you're dealing with, so I don't want to put this on her character, because that may not be her character, to where she could be talking to somebody else to kind of kickstart her gears and whatnot, to where these problems are stemming from is her kind of moving on from you. So at some point, if you constantly keep seeing these signs, if you suggest, hey, maybe if possible, can we go see a therapist, a couples therapist, or whatever the case may be, or hey, I know two people who are in a nice relationship, can you tag along with me, sit down, and let's talk about it so that we can kind of see and work on what we got going on. If she's against that, that's kind of giving you the answers you have right there of what you need to do. If even after the point and you still feel like the same things are happening, nothing's really changing, and she's not trying to work with you and is combative in some shape or form, leave it, because you're only draining yourself, you're only making yourself tired in this, you're only wasting your energy towards her over something that you can do. I hate to be that person who uses the old cliche of, oh, there's plenty of fish in the sea, but that's the scope that we live in. You're 21. You still have time to wherever bond you want to build with somebody. You still have that time. So it's not like you have to rush into anything. It's not like you have to jump straight from this, straight from that. I'm not gonna lie. I have done something in the relationship, but that's not getting any better. Back last year, I did let my other head get the best of me.
Like we always tend to do, man. What's it called? Like we
Damn.
always do. We all fall prone to the lower half. It is what it is. That's why you should not feel forced to tie yourself down to a relationship that like honestly you're really not ready for. because you're really not ready for that. It's like, especially like a long relationship. It's been two and a half years. Probably if you want to go there, maybe I hope maybe 50%. So a year and a couple months was happiness, and the other half was arguments. Like, it's like, who wants to go through a year of arguments, right? So, and who knows? That could, I'm just being generous. It could be like 70. Who is we? Nah, that's why. What's the? Nah, Fredo. We caught you in 4K.
Anyways, back to the serious topic at hand.
What's it called? We all make mistakes. We all prone to the lower half. Ain't nobody a fucking monk out here. I don't want to hear that shit. What's it called? Yeah. What's it called? At 20, 21, bro, you just figuring out life. You know? And then like you gotta understand, she's still figuring out life too. Like, you gotta have your goal together. I'm fixing that. Nigga, we got files. All right, we got files. But what's it called? I want to get to that. But yeah, man, what's it called? Bro, sorry, cut out. Can y'all repeat? What's it called? I'll just summarize. Yeah, man. What's it called? Those 2.5 years, I'm hoping at least 50% of that was just borderline happiness. Who knows? It could have been more, whereas 70% unhappiness. So I just all I can sit here and say is that at the end of the day, make sure that you focus on your goals and try to get your goals done. That's all you really can focus on. Make sure you have your own place, your own business, your own income, so you can handle all the responsibilities of a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. So just in general, since you kind of told us the whole scope of what drove the final nail into the coffin for the most part, it's best just to fully, I would say, cut it off. Just end the relationship. Now, you can go about it this way. You can end the relationship for the both of y'all. Y'all both can work on each other best way possible. But you do have to understand that that's not stopping her from talking to other people. That's not stopping you from talking to other people. Now, if you two ever do want to try again, take it with a grain of salt. That one, she could still hold this deep down inside her heart, in the back of her mind, of what you did. But if you do want to at least try making things work with her in the future, maybe see if y'all can pick it up from where y'all last left off, that option is on the table. Is it the best option? I would say not, because like I said, it's not like she's going to forget. And if actions still look the same to her, the same problems are still going to occur. So if you do break up, make sure you're breaking up for growth on yourself. Make sure that you're bettering yourself as a person. So whether if she does come back around and you two do become a thing once more, or if it's for the next person, that the same mistakes that you probably made previously, you're not making again, right? But that's just my take. You know, I'm not the almighty. My word does not mean law around here. You know, you can take the information that we gave you, apply it to yourself best way possible, and just see where it goes from there. But yeah, that's at least from my viewpoint and to my understanding, that's the best way that I can at least have it to where it assists you best way.
Damn, y'all said it better than me. I was gonna say something, but y'all got it. Damn, y'all got it.
All right then. Okay.
But
so what's the goal? You better hit that 2 hour mark. Y'all want to wrap it up?
If anybody, well, let's see if does anybody have any like
questions?
Final questions. Want to come up, say something real quick before we close this thing out? Yes, no, would be so. Let it be known. London, I see you typing. Does that mean you want to say something? You want to answer something?
Yeah,
you want to bring your voice up here?
Tap that last little bit of you got one more question? All right, we will.
London, you want us to drag you up? You want to speak? You want your voice to be heard? You just want to type it? Oh, she's typing. Never mind. You good? Would y'all rather date a female with?
Go ahead, my fault.
You good? Would you rather date a female with a pretty personality but her face not your type, or would you date a female with a beautiful face but her personality ain't your type?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I rather date someone with a good personality. My mental health is not strong for that. My mental health is not strong for that.
What's it called? Her face not liking me. Her personality is though.
Because at the end of the day, if you date someone that has a great personality and you like the personality, you're gonna end up finding them attractive regardless. So it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, for real. Like honestly, what's it called? I'm not taking no pretty beautiful face over personality, bro. I don't care how good looking the gal is.
She could be Aphrodite. She got a stink attitude. I'm not.
Nah, it's
I'm
up,
not.
bro. It's
I'm,
up,
I'm
bro.
up. I'm done with that.
I don't like not even like I don't want to do all that.
You're getting blocked.
Yeah,
I'm not talking to you ever again.
Exactly.
I'm not talking to you ever again.
What's it called? I ain't getting political. Anyways, what's it called? That was a good question by London. What's it called? You ready to,
I'm not getting
opinions on BLM. All lives matter.
But yeah, most definitely London to put the final stamp on your question is most definitely the personality. Looks wise, regardless. I mean, like they said, if I find your personality attractive, 9 in 10 cents, I'm gonna find you attractive. So hey, it is what it is, right? But yeah, 2 hours, that's not long enough. Whose podcast do you think this is? Because I'm most definitely hosting this, and it's long enough for me.
Hey, what's it called, Prince? I gotta be out. I gotta be out. That's what I'm trying to like. What's it called? Wrap it up.
Understandable. But yeah. So closing remarks. Like I said, thank you everybody for attending. Thank you everybody for showing up. Appreciate y'all from the bottom of my heart. Because honestly, like I said, this podcast probably would not be a thing without y'all. We will try to make this a weekly thing. If not bi-weekly, I will try keeping everybody updated most part. Again, because this will be going on my YouTube channel. It is So Fresh Adventures. I will put it in self-promo once I do get everything situated. But you can check out everybody who was on the panel today, and their information will be in the description below. If you do want to join the podcast or listen to it live, it is most definitely going to be the link in the description to join the Sensational Discord. Judah, anything you want to say?
What's it called? Yo, shout out to the people watching. I appreciate your viewership like always. Appreciate everybody up in here who came out to watch. Appreciate all the people out there who's watching the videos or the clips of this, whatever the case may be. You definitely can find us in the Sensational Discord. That's one. You can find us on our YouTube channels, which will be in the description. And that's all I say. Shout out to my panel members, of course. Meek, Prince. I guess I call without them, this couldn't happen. So we gotta give out, some praises to them too.
Of course. One thing I want to say is shout out to y'all for coming out. Shout out to the gang. Shout out to the wise Prince. My nigga Judah.
Yes, sir.
One last thing I want to say is this vibe out, and if you're in any type of situation, just put yourself in a better situation. That's the best I can say. Also, go check on your peoples, check on your homeboys, your homegirls, your parents, your family members. Just make sure they're alright,
Of course, man. Make sure you tell them you love them every day. If you want to go.
Word.
But yeah.
But that is us. This has been the As a Man Podcast, episode 2. I will check y'all next time, most likely next week, Thursday. Will it be the same people up here? Who knows? I'll keep everybody posted. If you do want to be up here or if you want to be a special guest, let me know. You can either hit me up in the main chat, DMs, mod chat, whatever the case may be. But I will catch y'all next time. Peace.
All right, peace.
Yo, bye.
Get sturdy, pussy. Magic. I fell in love with a witch and it's true. She far from average. I don't want to be with nobody if it ain't you. This shit is madness. All of this sadness.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
I'm tired.